Hello, and welcome to yet another video list of obscure/underrated indie games. Quite literally underrated. All of them have below 1,000 reviews on Steam, which doesn't directly translate to sales per se, but it's safe to say they could use far more people playing them. I know there are plenty of videos about this topic already, but I hardly ever see anybody talk about these specific games. So I wanted to potentially shed some light on a few indies that I think deserve far more attention than what they actually got. So if one of these games makes you go, hey, that looks pretty cool, don't hesitate to check them out, they definitely could use the support.
We're gonna scream until we're satisfied.
Speedroll has to be one of my favorite beat-em-ups of all time. God, this genre seriously needs a better name. Partly because it looks amazing. I mean, just look at this super cool animated trailer. Seriously, it's bewildering to me how lava revenue this game made compared to other indies, and how little precedent it has in the hidden gem conversation. So, allow me to explain why you should give it a chance. Speedroll is a 2D combat racer about moving fast and hitting hard. According to its description, anyway. The game feels like a 2D hack and slash, dodging and comboing multiple enemies in the air, but with an added speed factor to it. On every level, there will be a timer on the top of your screen, and alongside it, different tiers of trophies linked to your completion time, bronze, silver, and gold, you know the gist of it. On top of that, there's a combo system that'll reward you for stringing long combos with multiple enemies, maintain your momentum, build your combos, and unleash powerful special moves to finish the level as fast as possible, keeping the crowd entertained in the process. And there's an RPG side to it as well, with a skill progression system here you can equip with different types of elemental damage and defense, a codex that will give you information on the different protagonists and enemies, as well as online play. Yeah, surprisingly enough, despite how little exposure this game got, I still managed to find a couple of people to play with after its launch date, but albeit I haven't tried it much recently. You will be boosting yourself off of walls and poles to get more speed, and you'll be using 2 characters on every level, enabling you to shift between them and use assist type attacks to help you clear the enemies or to prolong this combo, Marvel vs. Capcom style. You can obviously stick to your favorites, and the game is more than beatable with just a single couple, but I would recommend swapping. All of them are somewhat different from each other, and I enjoyed shifting them around. That being said, overall, Speedroll is a very fun game with a decent story and a great presentation, so check it out if it sounded at all interesting to you. Oh, and this game was made by the same people who developed Convergence, a League of Legends story, so if you played that game, you liked it, and you were left hungry for more, well, this game isn't exactly that, but still good. You should play it, regardless. So what are you waiting for? I don't think I've ever seen a more underrated 3D platformer than Demon Turf. It has the gameplay, the visuals, the music, the controls, the levels, the content. It even has voice acting.
Bravo! Yeah, I could really do without the sarcasm, buddy.
Some people may not like it right away because it starts a little bit slow, and I get it, the opening area is not the most eye-catching of them all, but as you progress, you'll be visiting a variety of colorful areas, along with progressively getting not only to unlock more abilities, but to improve those abilities with mods that you'll unlock by collecting, well, collectibles. What else were you expecting? Yep, don't you worry, this game has plenty of them. Just like any good old platformer, this game offers many movement options to basically do the classic skips and tricks. You'll be shape-shifting into different forms as well, such as a bird, a bat, a squid, a tire. It all blends pretty nicely with the other regular abilities like double and wall jumping, giving you a sense of freedom when playing. But Demon Turf isn't all about tight and precise platforming. No, it also has combat. I actually forgot about that. And by that, I mean proper combat. The vast majority of games, especially platformers, will use enemies as another obstacle, another platform in the way, or another piece of the platforming puzzle. But Demon Turf actually has combat arenas and dedicated combat mechanics. It all is projectile based, and although you move at a full speed when attacking, not while charging though, I do feel it slows the pace down a bit, sort of like Leo's Fortune's puzzles coming right after a fast platforming section. It is nowhere near as good as Psychonauts' combat, by the way, which to this day remains the king of 3D platformer combat, if there was such a kingdom. But it does offer different mods that will tweak the combat pace and experience, although overall I do feel it's the weakest point of the game. However, a very strong aspect of this game is the banger soundtrack, baby! Also, this game was published by Playtonic, the same studio behind a small game that you may or may not have heard about, Yooka-Laylee. I'll say I definitely like this game better than the original Yooka-Laylee, although Impossible Layer is a banger. But seriously, this game kicks some serious ass, and if you're a 3D platformer fan at all, you owe it to yourself to play this one. This next one is a very special one to me, so let me tell you how I even found it. First, I had some gift card credit left to spare in my account, so I looked for a cheap game on sale, like a really cheap one, and I ended up stumbling upon My Big Sister. The concept of an RPG Maker game that could be scary was so intriguing to me. That one I hadn't played Corpse Party or really anything like it, so I wasn't super sure it could be done with that style and camera and those graphics. I mean, just look at it. Come on, this isn't scary. And with that intrigue, I decided to purchase the game. Not that I had a whole lot of money left to buy much else anyway, but I'm so glad I made that acquisition. Now, let me quickly clarify that My Big Sister isn't a scary game, nor is it its intention. It has unsettling imagery and a tense atmosphere at times, but it isn't what I would personally consider as scary. No, My Big Sister's true value lies in its writing, which is exactly why I cannot talk in length about this game. It may not look like a whole lot for the average gamer, and it is true that mechanically it doesn't offer much in terms of gameplay, which doesn't mean that it doesn't gain from the interactive nature of the medium, by the way. It does, and it's all the greater experience because of it. But due to its more narrative-heavy focus, I think it's best if you try it out for yourself without any previous knowledge. It is a layered, interesting dark tale about two sisters going through hardship, meritorious of much more acknowledgement. There actually is a remaster version of the game, which upgrades the visuals and provides some extra content for those who play the original. The game has multiple endings, each one giving you room for different interpretations of the entire journey. While I understand that it won't be for everybody, nothing besides Air is really, so if it does end up being for you, well, I have no doubt you'll thoroughly enjoy it. It had me on the edge of my seat pretty much during its entirety, which isn't that much because this game's actually pretty short, which also encourages you to potentially go for every single ending. So if that sounds interesting to you at all, and you want to support a small developer, please check this one out. It has comfortably placed itself as one of my favorite games of all time, which for some people just looking at the game and me saying this may seem preposterous, right? But all I can say is you gotta at least give it a try. Hello again. Thank you for watching my very first video. If you sticked around till this part, comment the word potato to let me know you did. And no cheating is allowed. Hope you found something worthwhile your time in this video. I know how easy it is to overlook games in today's gaming massive landscape. I myself have found some of my favorite games out of pure luck, basically. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing and giving it a like. All constructive feedback provided respectfully is greatly appreciated.